Noah reached only his immediate family and only had a church of 8 souls, including himself. But in doing so, he helped save humanity, preserve the plan of God, and provide an opportunity for salvation to be extended to us today. Not bad. Okay. I'm pointing out one of my headlamps with the dead strap. Makes a handy little reading light. Sits on there just like that. Like that, like that. Of course, you got to go buy you some fish food to make that happen. So, anyhow, I'm so smart. I've been right in the middle of a lot of stuff right now. But one thing I'm doing right now, I'm right in the middle of I guess you'd call it a fast. It's like third day, fourth day in this fast. I'm gonna take it for a week and see how far. I'm eating food, so it's not like I'm the true definition of fasting, but it's anyhow. I'm gonna do a video on it later. It's might be interesting. It's not what I thought, but I feel pretty good. Anyhow, I found this book at Salvation Army, and it had a real interesting. Everyone's heard of Noah, the Ark, the flood, but this guy points something out. It's just a small thing here. I've never heard it explained like this before, but it's really interesting. I'm not trying to make fun of the Bible, nothing like that, but it got me laughing the way this guy. I'd never heard from this perspective before. And I said, I got to make a video about this. It's not very long. Maybe he just starts out by saying that the book I'm talking about is called Hard Knocks and Life Lessons, Destin L. Abbott. I'm only about a third way through it, so it's not really a review. It says here, that God really liked Noah. Finding favor with God. Noah became the object of God's affection and his vehicle of offered redemption to an apostate world. Okay. He was the one to go down and tell the message to all the people in the world at that time. Hey, turn back to God. We've got to straighten out and get this thing straightened out. Noah's pedigree is made even more impressive when compared with the absolute wickedness of his generation. Let's consider this. This is at that time. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless in his generation. Noah walked with God. Okay. These are strong words. Noah is called righteous and blameless. Any way you take these words, they are high praise for the character of Noah. It says here, okay, so it talks a whole bunch about all the goodness and righteousness that Noah is. The final endorsement is the simple line, Noah walked with God, Genesis 6:9. So at that time, it's just a wicked, wicked world. Okay. And God, he says, I'm sorry I made these people, created them. And, but Noah, he likes Noah. Now where it gets interesting, I'll skip ahead here. This will be quick. If you think, let's see, Noah was able to save his family. Okay. And I think he from the moment he started with God till the moment that the flood came was 120 years. But he only preached about it, I think, for 100. So he was at this a long time. Okay, Noah's trying to tell the people, hey, the end is near. We need to straighten up, turn back to God. It says here, let's see, he received to that of Noah and his generation to the generation of Noah's day. Jesus stated that in Noah's day, people continued with their lives, completely rejecting the message that Noah passionately preached to them, right up until the day Noah and his family entered the ark. His words fell upon deaf ears. Luke 17:25. Peter compares the spiritual ignorance to those in the last days who will scoff and say, "Where is the promise of his coming?" Okay. Says, let me skip ahead here. It would, now remember, he saved his family. Noah was able to save his family. I think there was 6, 7 people total, whatever. But every other inhabitant on this planet, every other person was killed in the flood. The entire world's wiped out, except Noah and his family. That's kind of heavy. So, but it says here, it would be easy to judge Noah's effectiveness on a very superficial level and call him a failure. He did, after all, not win or convert anyone outside of his immediate family. And speaking like he had a church, the altars never filled up, the membership never grew. By that same superficial judgment, Jonah, let's go back to now. If you've heard of Jonah, Jonah was inside the belly of the whale. God went to Jonah and said, go talk to my people of Nineveh. It's here. But my people. And Jonah says, oh, heck no. He skips town, jumps the ship. I'm out of here. And, that doesn't last long. God comes, gets him, belly of the whale, spits him on the beach, takes him back. So you went from Noah, who was obedient and walked with God, totally in tune. No, Jonah wants no part of it. So it says it would be easy to judge Noah's effectiveness. He only got his family saved. The rest of the world is gone. Entire population, gone. But he got his family. By that same superficial judgment, Jonah was the most effective preacher in Scripture. Jonah, the guy that ran away from God. Okay, and not only did he just run away, it says he had an immediate conversion rate of 120,000 people. When Jonah went and did his deal for God, he saved 120,000 people. It was temporary, it didn't last. But at least at that time it did. Yet Jonah was arguably a backslidden apostate who did not have an inkling of the true beat of the Father's heart. He wanted nothing to do with God. He jumped. I'm out of here. God went and got him. Had an inkling, blah, blah, blah. He says, his story ends with him angry at God over showing mercy and confessing that the real reason he had fled God's command was that he knew, remember, Jonah wanted nothing to do this, but that he knew God would be merciful if given an opportunity. That's in Jonah chapter 4. Furthermore, his results were only very temporary. The Ninevites did not permanently change, nor did their temporary repentance affect the greater Assyrian. Let me see here. But you have Noah, who is basic. Well, it'll say. I'll get it out. I'll do that again. You have Noah. This is the part that got me. Who basically only saved his family. It was like 6 people himself. Only saved his family. The rest of the world died. Okay, everyone knows about Noah. Hey, this is the start of a new bloodline. Okay, Jonah, I'm out of here, God. I don't want a part of this. Later, gone. Goes, gets him, sends it back, talks to the people. They turn back to God for a time. And then Jonah still had an attitude about it. I can't believe you saved these people. They didn't deserve it. I just thought that was real interesting, comparing the Noah to Jonah. There is a thing here about flood, but I'm going to do that in another piece of video. Anyhow, I thought that was interesting. Love you. God bless.